Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Limitless podcast where there's no limit to the topics that we talk about. Today's topic is generally asking questions about the purpose of life. Are we really free in this democratic United Kingdom? I've got a special guest with me, main man, Nephew Beats.
Nephew.
What's going on, man?
What's happening, man?
Talk to me.
I thought, you know what, bruv?
Are we free to do anything in this world?
Before we even get into that discussion, yeah, I need you to answer me one question.
Go on.
What is free? What is freedom to you?
Freedom to make decisions, freedom to be able to park my car here and leave it there without it being picked up and taken by DVLA.
Still stuck on that one?
I'm stuck on that. I've had a mad week.
Mad week, dealing with what?
I've had a mad week here where a couple of my cars here got picked up by DVLA, yeah. They took it their pound and that. It's a private road.
Yeah.
Okay? And I could not convince them that this road is private and they had no jurisdiction in this area.
Yeah.
No, we picked it up. You got to pay the fine if you want it out. The longer it stays, more the bill goes up.
Yep.
Okay? Even though I know this is a private road, now I've got to go and gather the evidence, okay, and give that to them. That could take days.
Okay.
Okay, so longer it stays there, my bill goes high. How do you deal with that? What kind of freedom do you really have? Do we have freedom to even do anything? We're shackled.
Okay, now, before I even break down that freedom, yeah, what steps have you taken to ensure that you had that private land? To convince them that you had that private land. What steps did you take? I showed
them pictures. There's a private parking permits and everything everywhere. He would not believe it.
So you had sufficient evidence?
In my opinion.
You had what we call in my generation the receipts. You had the receipts.
Yeah, I've got my bill. I mean, I paid my service charge to my landlord.
Yeah.
And the guy was, in his opinion, that's not sufficient.
Alright, so then this goes back to exactly what I was saying earlier. We had a conversation before this, yeah, speaking about free. This is now the professional, candid version of that conversation. You know what I mean? But going back to what I was saying earlier, you're not never free. You're never free. Do you know why that is? Because as soon as you're born into this world, let alone country, let alone country, before you're born into it, you don't have freedom. Because once you're born, you're already regulated by laws and you're already regulated by records. Your name's already in the record. You have a birth certificate. You've already come into this world as what I would say a product. Yeah. So you go on ahead to try and get little receipts and evidence and that just to show a little PC plum. That mate, private land. Not gonna do nothing. Because whether or not, that is your property. It might be your property. It's not your land, and it's not up to you whether you can keep it there or not. Because you're always going to have a third party involvement from government, from landlord, whoever is involved in this case. It's not. You know what I mean? You're never going to have that as your own.
Even with your house, though, isn't it? You can't even build on your own land.
You can't. You need permission. Planning permission, all of that, bruv. But hear me now. Yeah. Talk about freedom. Freedom isn't necessarily measured by societal standards in terms of, you trying to get your evidence just to use private land for your cars. Freedom is decided by a lot of other things, political aspects, as you call it, personal aspects as well. Because freedom is measured by privacy, it's measured by your rights, and you're never free. As long as the camera you're watching, as long as you have one of these, you're never free. Yeah. As long as you're locked into some sort of network, you're never free. This over there, mate. You know what I mean? You're never gonna be free. Because look at it like this, yeah. No matter where you are in the country, my good uncle here, Shazzy, he then said, what if he was born in another country? Like Dubai, Saudis, like Denmark, Norway. Wait, what was that? Low battery, innit? Low battery, innit? How long you got left on it, you think?
This one's recording, carry on.
This one's recording. Alright, back to what I was saying. Yeah, as my good uncle Shazi here was saying, he spoke about what if he was born in another country, like the Denmarks, the Norways, the Saudis. I would say these countries because they're a bit more free in what determines freedom as opposed to UK or the US. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, there's always going to be a set of laws and regulations that you have to follow, and some of which limit you to the person that you can become. You know what I mean? It's the way I was speaking about school curriculum earlier on. I was speaking about, I don't want to be racist to anyone out there, this is not me being disrespectful, but Jewish people. Did you ever see one Jewish person in your school?
No.
Never.
Never.
Viewers, did you see anyone? Comment down below. Yeah?
Have you got Jewish?
You didn't. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that in a way of which I read a research document the other day that showed the UK school curriculum and what it grooms a student to do. It doesn't necessarily allow you to become a free thinker, an entrepreneur, or someone who's in charge of their own life. You're bred to be a product. You're bred to go ahead and be a conditioned thinker. A conditioned thinker is someone that thinks... Oh, technical difficulty. A conditioned thinker is someone that goes ahead to become a thinker of the mass majority. You're not outside the box. They teach you to be a worker. You're conditioned to be a worker. Whereas Jewish curriculum, they put you in schools to become a thinker. They put you in schools to become an entrepreneur. That's why they're so good with money. And that is why they have their own communities. So we're never free. Freedom is a vast subject. Freedom is something of which you never really achieve. But then this goes ahead to my point. Is there anyone in this world that's free right now?
Are the Jews free?
I mean, that's a whole conflict going on there, you know what I mean? We don't talk about them ones there. But is anyone in this world free? Answer honestly.
Ultimately not. When you go deep into this, yeah, you're not, are you? We talk about freedom, we talk about democracy, but we're shackled, man.
Mm.
We're brainwashed, yeah, to think certain ways, do certain things. We're just literally...
How do you think we get brainwashed? That's a good little subject. How do you think we get brainwashed?
Because we're, right from get-go, going to school, we're being channeled into a certain way of thinking, a certain way of functioning. So we're just being... what's the word? What's the word you're going to use on that? We're...
Groomed.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect word, isn't
Groomed.
it? We're being groomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're being groomed to think, function certain way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a deep word, you know that? We're being groomed.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. The government is grooming us. And we can't even think outside of the box because of it. That's what we know.
So your plea for having freedom, yeah? Is there a step you would take to have that freedom? What step would you take?
Though? If you do, yeah, then you're going to get taken out.
Alright. I believe solely if you're someone that thinks outside the box, you do get taken out. Boom, you're gone, yeah? But let's move that aside. Let's say there was no opposing force to stop you from achieving freedom. What do you think is like the steps or the ways to get there?
See, that's what I mean. I don't think my brain has even actually thought about this.
They've dumbed you down.
Yeah,
They've dumbed you down. They've made sure you don't even have a single thought about why. That's the even bigger one, about why you should have freedom. They've kept you comfortable, brother. They kept you comfortable. So soon, and this is what even annoys me more. We know we're brainwashed. We know exactly what's going on.
We don't do nothing about it either.
Because I guarantee you, after this recording, you and I, him, we're gonna go home. And we're gonna go back to live life exactly as it was. You're gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. We're gonna go on TikTok for about an hour. That's brainwash there started. We brainwashed ourselves in the morning.
Right, guys. Before we close this chat, I just wanted to give you a bit more details as to why I'm so peed off with what's going on, the problems that we're having to deal with on day-to-day basis. How our governments are shafting us every which way possible. In this case, DVLA. DVLA has gone and picked up 3 of my cars here from a private road, okay, and impounded it. So now I've got to go around here, prove to them this is a private road, and no, they haven't got no jurisdiction in this road. But yet, the guys here are not having it. Okay, this is a private company DVLA has hired to do their dirty work, and these guys are just there about making money, and they don't really give a damn about what you say, how you plead, etc., etc. You pay and you appeal the decision after. So you got to go through the tedious process of gathering all the information, all the appeal letters and stuff like that. Waste unnecessary time, and even though you know you're in the right. And this is what I've had to do on top of my day-to-day work that I've got to carry out. Yeah, these are all the letters that I'm having to deal with. Okay, I have won the case of that, and it's here. It went all the way to court, and subsequently it was what do you call it? Let me read what he says actually. After considering the situation, it is the agency's intention to withdraw the charges against you. 3 months here of nonsense, yeah, and this. Right, let me give you a quick example of when I went to the impound and that. I mean, I was screaming and shouting. I was like, listen, this is a private road. What the hell are you guys doing here? Picking up cars from there. I was screaming and shouting at the girl, yeah. I thought, like, listen, let me speak to the manager. Manager comes out, yeah. And he's only a flipping customer that I've served before. I didn't even charge him before, you know that. Did a diagnostic on his BMW X1 or something. I didn't even charge him. I thought, damn, I wish I did charge him now and then. Anyway, he came out. I was like, yo, listen, this is a private road and so forth. What the hell's going on? He goes, no, sorry, you got to pay. I'm like, listen, bro, this is a private road. Look, I'm paying a service charge to use the parking and use the road, and what the hell are you doing going in there? You shouldn't even be going in there, for goodness sake. He goes, sorry, can't do nothing about it. You got to pay the fine if you don't pay it, and there will be daily charges added to it. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? So I went backward and forward for at least an hour, and this guy wasn't budging. I mean, this guy, yeah, must have just come into the country about 5 minutes ago on the banana boat. So he was on a power trip. I was like beginning to think, yeah, I'm beginning to understand how my mate Dave feels about all these immigrants coming in, taking his jobs and women and so forth and so forth. I thought, damn, yeah, Dave, I'm beginning to understand your pain. Yeah, it be like that, man. I swear to God, I was beginning to understand racism a bit better as well. But yeah, the moral of the story is, okay, yeah, we pay shitloads of taxes, we get shafted left, right and centre, but sometimes, yeah, it's best to appeal, get your money's worth and that, not just give in to these absolute arrogant little fuckwits, but it is what it is. I mean, I appealed, I did get my money back and that, but it was just wasting time. Furthermore, the amount of taxes we pay here, have you seen the state of the road? I went over a pothole the other day. Jesus, we weren't a pothole, it was a crater. Oh my God, my heart left the chest, yeah. It was so big, car light went pow! And I knew something screwed up. Went home, parked it up. Thought, no, I'm not even going to bother looking at it. Next day, tyre was completely flat. It was obvious. Probably buckled the wheel. What do I do now? Go through the tedious process of writing to the council and trying to get them to pay for it. Jesus, got more time wasting. Yeah. It's a matter of time here before the NHS is fully privatised. We're going to be paying for our medical services as well. Anyway, guys, do share, like and subscribe, please. Get involved.